Welcome to the Deep Dive. I'm Shane, and joining me today is my co-host.
And I'm Erica, absolutely thrilled to unpack something truly special with you today.
That's right. Okay, let's dive in. We're peeling back the layers of a concert experience that, well, it sounds like it truly brought a music legend roaring back to life, at least for one night.
Yeah, and we're getting all our insights from this fantastic source, a blog post from our friend Kecia over at Kecia's Tour Life.
Kecia's blog, it's such a gem, isn't it?
It really is. It just takes you right there on the road with her music, road trips, travel. She's got this, really unique way of sharing her take on concerts, food, fun, the whole experience.
Totally. And for this particular deep dive, she wrote about George Michael Reborn, a tribute concert to remember.
Mm-hmm. And, as we're recording this, it's timely.
Right, because June 25th is just around the corner.
Which would have been George Michael's birthday.
Yeah. It definitely adds something poignant thinking about his legacy right now, doesn't it?
It really does. His music still means so much to so many people. This starred Robert Bartko, and it was back on January 18th, 2024, at Memorial Hall OTR in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Right. So our mission today, we want to pull out the really important nuggets from Kecia's experience, help you understand what makes a tribute show actually memorable.
Yeah, not just okay, but really special. And also that emotional connection you get with live music, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how these artists, these tribute artists, keep the spirit of legends like George Michael alive for fans.
Exactly. It's kind of fascinating. It's more than just a review. It's about nostalgia, music history.
And for Kecia, this was personal, like really personal. She mentions right at the start, George Michael was her biggest crush as a late teen.
Wow. So yeah, not just any concert for her then.
Not at all. It was like an emotional thing, trying to reconnect with that part of her youth,
Which means she went in with some pretty big hesitations.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Totally. She actually wrote, "This is a huge task to pay such homage, so he had best bring it." I love that.
Yeah, best bring it. But she decided to take the chance.
And that skepticism, I think, it really sets things up. It shows you how high the bar is for these tribute shows, especially for an icon like George Michael. Fans have memories, expectations.
Oh, absolutely. The pressure on the performer, Robert Bartko in this case, must be immense. You're not just singing songs, you're stepping into massive shoes.
Right, carrying all that history. And Kecia's story captures that mix of hope and maybe a little bit of worry.
And it wasn't just her feeling that, apparently. She describes this collective purpose in the audience. Everyone was there to honor George Michael.
A shared celebration, really, a communal thing.
And bang, right from the start, it sounds like it hit the mark. Kecia writes, "From the moment that first beat dropped, I knew I was in for a fun night."
That immediate connection, that's crucial for any show, but maybe even more so for a tribute, right? You need to win people over fast.
Definitely. And the opening song choice. Everything She Wants.
Yes. She points that out specifically. Says it's one of her absolute favorites, one she listens to at least once a month.
So nailing that opener, especially one with such personal meaning for probably loads of people there.
Yeah.
That's smart. It creates that instant bond.
Exactly. You could almost feel her excitement in the writing, how the rhythm just grabbed her, wiped away any doubts she had.
And then Bartko himself makes this electrifying entrance. Sounds like he just owned the stage from the get-go.
Yeah, really set the tone. It says a lot about his skill, commanding that attention right away.
And Kecia mentions his background, seasoned performer, remarkable vocal talents, captivating stage presence, all the things you'd hope for.
But here's a key detail she flags, and I think it's super important. She says Bartko really sings, not Memorex.
Oh, that's huge. The live element.
It is. It assures you you're getting genuine talent, real effort. Not just, a fancy karaoke track. It's authentic.
That builds so much respect, doesn't it? Knowing the performer is really putting it all out there, it makes it feel less like imitation and more like, artistry. An actual homage.
Precisely. And she talks about his performance style, how he allowed the audience to enjoy every moment. It wasn't about him. It was about the music, the experience.
Channeling the energy, not just copying the moves.
Exactly. It becomes about interpretation, preservation, keeping that spirit alive. And the music itself, she said, was this great mix, rock, pop, and soul.
Which totally reflects George Michael's career, right? From Wham! Through his massive solo stuff.
Absolutely. Shows Bartko could handle the range, the different styles. He covered that whole landscape.
Okay, but let's talk about the big one. The emotional peak for Kecia, it seems. Careless Whisper.
Yes, the insert swoon moment, as she called it.
Yeah. She talks about the audible excitement in the room, How her own heart skipped a beat when that sax intro started. You
Yeah.
could just picture it, can't you?
Oh, totally. That song. It's iconic for a reason, holds so much weight for so many people.
And Bartko's version, she described it as soulful, heartfelt, said it evoked waves of emotion as everyone sang along.
He apparently encouraged everyone to sing too, and that's the magic, isn't it? How music just transports you. Kecia wrote she was lost in memories.
It's like a time machine triggered by sound. That's the power of these shows when they're done right. They don't just play the notes. They unlock those feelings, those memories.
It's a shared journey back, fueled by the music and the performer, a collective nostalgia trip.
And it wasn't just careless whisper. He went through the catalog. Kecia listed, "Wake me up before you go-go. Freedom, father figure. I'm your man, faith."
And she added many more. So a really comprehensive set list.
Sounds like it. Which shows real dedication, covering the whole span of his work.
And her final thought on his performance really sums it up. She felt Bartko certainly breathed new life into songs I never thought I'd ever hear live.
Wow. Think about that. For fans who never got to see George Michael live, that's huge.
It really is. It gives them that live energy, that connection they might have missed.
Which brings us right to George Michael's legacy and, the role these tribute artists play. It's pretty vital, actually.
Definitely. For someone like Kecia, who didn't see him live, this wasn't just a concert. She called it definitely a treat I'm happy I took a chance on. It filled a gap,
Yeah. A connection made possible years later.
And that core feeling she described, the spirit of George Michael lived on throughout the night. That says it all, doesn't it?
It really does. These artists, they meet this deep need fans have to connect with the music live, even after the original artist is gone. They keep it breathing.
They're like cultural custodians in a way, making sure these incredible musical legacies don't just become history lessons, but stay vibrant, stay felt.
So, wrapping up our look at Kecia's deep dive here, it's clear that a really good tribute artist, like Robert Bartko sounds like he is, has this unique power.
It's not just recreating something, it's more like reviving it, making it resonate now.
Letting fans relive those memories, or maybe just as important, make new ones connected to that music, especially if they missed out the first time.
Yeah, bridges generations, keeps the live experience going. The music really does outlive the musician.
Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting, I think. Consider the lasting impact. How do these tribute shows, how do they not just honor the past, but actually shape how we understand and appreciate someone like George Michael today?
That's a great point. They're not static, are they? They're part of the ongoing story of the music.
So what does it all mean? Well, I guess it means the music doesn't die. It just finds new voices, new stages.
Yeah, new interpretations. It keeps connecting with people. These tribute artists are like essential threads keeping that musical tapestry rich and alive.
Definitely. Now, here's something for you, our listener, to maybe mull over after this. Think about how these experiences, like Kecia's, don't just echo the past, but maybe actively shape how we feel about artists like George Michael right now and even in the future.
And maybe think about what other musical legacies you are personally glad are being kept alive through live performances like this. It's worth considering. If you want to read more about Kecia's adventures in music, travel, and her take on other live events, you can check out her blog at keciastourlife.com.
And she's also active on social media. You can find her on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Just search for Kecia's Tour Life. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into music, memory, and the power of tribute.
It's been fascinating. Keep exploring the music and the experiences that move you.
Until next time.